St Albans gets talked about like one of those places that has everything. A lively high street, old buildings, big history, and a cathedral that completely dominates the city. But places like this can feel great on paper, but still feel flat when you actually walk through them. I've only got about half an hour today, so I'm going to keep it simple, walk through the city and see what St Albans actually feels like. Right, so I've just parked the car next to the police station. I'm currently at the District Council, the Civic Centre. I'm going to head out onto the high street and get straight into the video. I've barely started and the first landmark on this whistle stop tour is Wetherspoons. This is probably the most British opening a video could possibly have. I think you probably can't have a town centre without having a Wetherspoons inside them. I think it's pivotal and integral to probably British culture these days. The next stop's where things get a bit more interesting. Firstly, for me, I think every town centre has them, but I hate seeing betting shops on our high street. I think they're a plague on society. I'm not judging the people that actually use them, but yeah, probably not one thing that I like to see. Firstly, initial reactions is it's pretty impressive. It's quite busy, quite bustling, and absolutely amazing. I wasn't expecting this. This doesn't mirror the town centres that we see today up and down the country. This is absolutely fantastic. Definitely feel that expensive energy here. It's definitely giving off vibes where coffee and parking probably costs way more than it actually should. But I'm actually quite surprised at what I've seen. It's just taken me aback. I'm amazed. It's nothing like the town centres we see up and down the country. This looks absolutely bustling. People are actually out. Oh, it's actually amazing to see. As nice as this is, I think let's get straight off to what we've actually come here to see today. A quite rebellious building. Honestly, for me, you only see shops like that up London and things like that. It's actually amazing to see. This is just on a side street and it's remarkably busy today. Yeah, I was not expecting it to look like this. You're thinking this doesn't look particularly rebellious, but this is St Albans Clock Tower, and it was created as an act of resistance by the people of St Albans. And it's just absolutely remarkable to see such a great bit of history just sitting here from hundreds and hundreds of years ago. It's absolutely amazing. St Albans' little alleyways like this, it just shows it's filled with character and history. What I'm going to do is head off to the cathedral. It's a massive landmark that a lot of people visit while they're here. Let's have a look at the Vintry Gardens while we're here. Oh, this is absolutely amazing. A little quiet green space. Just on looking St Albans Cathedral. This is absolutely brilliant. This has been standing for over 700 years. It started out as a church and then it was built on as a cathedral. From what my knowledge tells me, it's just absolutely brilliant. Even if you're not into history and things like that, it's hard not to be starstruck by such an amazing piece of history. Pretty peaceful walking through. That's one sense that you get straight away. It's just really calm, low winds and no noise whatsoever. It's just really telling. It's almost chilling. The hairs at the back of my head stand up almost, just from such a beautiful sight. 700 years old. So I'm headed to somewhere with a lot of history and character. It's known as, well, it's recognised as one of Britain's oldest pubs. I'm still just amazed at this cathedral. This is absolutely amazing. This is, yeah, it's almost, you get a feeling of being starstruck almost by something so bloody amazing. Look at the stained glass windows. They're just a lovely sight to see. Wow. That's the only word that comes to mind. I think typically this is the entrance to the cathedral. It just, yeah, mind blown. 700 years and you wouldn't have told. It doesn't look decayed. It doesn't look derelict at all. It looks absolutely amazing and I love that colour. The colour just makes me Really happy. Makes you think of happy things. Preston is driving into St Albans. It's quite hilly, so you're driving uphill most of the way. And also, it's very, very narrow streets. And I think it's representative of olden day Britain, horse and carriage sort of thing, where the streets are so narrow. You can see, look, only room for one car. Yeah, I think we've arrived. Yes, we have. This is Ye Olde Fighting Cocks, which is considered the oldest or one of the oldest pubs in Britain. It does look really characterized, is the word I'd like to use. It looks like it's got a lot of character. I think they open at 12 and I've come, it's about 10:30 today. This looks absolutely great on reflection. I think it's overlooking the lake. This is absolutely brilliant. It's reputed to have been accompanied by Oliver Cromwell for one night during the Civil War, stabling his horse in what is now thought to be the bar area. The underground tunnels of the inn providing useful bolt holes in troubled times. This is an amazing piece of history, and I like that they've not done much renovation or anything like that. They've probably tried to keep it as original as possible. Coming just next to the pub, just there, we're next to Verulamium Park. Sorry if my pronunciation's a bit butchered there, but this, as you can see, is a great bit of open space. Absolutely amazing. You can grab a pint, and after you've had a pint, you come for a lovely walk and just take a view of this amazing lake. Wow, look at the amount of wildlife that we've got. Red kites, swans, swallows, mandarins, a Canada goose, herons, kingfishers. This is absolutely amazing. I mean, this isn't talked about nowhere near as you'd like to think. This is absolutely amazing. I've just got to take a moment to take it all in. What an amazing scene. It is head back to the high street, maybe grab a hot chocolate and see if anything else catches my eye whilst I'm here. It's Christopher Place. No idea who Christopher is, but let's see what he has to offer. What's actually quite amazed me is I probably don't think I've seen one closed store on the high street or on any side street, perhaps. I think that's pretty telling. I don't know what St Albans is doing, but clearly they're doing this correctly. What I think is amazing is these phone repair shops prop up everywhere in and around the country. But in St Albans, this is the only one that I can see, especially on the high street. So it's not one after the other on the high street, which is actually pretty good to see. I don't know if the council has something to do with that, but maybe someone in the comments can enlighten us. This happens to be St Albans Museum and Gallery, which is open from 10 till 4, which is actually pretty good, I think. It's probably standard opening hours, I think, across the board. You'd like to think they'd open slightly later though, after the work rush and all that. I find pretty telling now being back on the high street is the actual clientele of shops. I mean, just across the street, we've got Five Guys, Marks and Spencer's, Itsu, 2 coffee shops next to each other. I think that isn't representative all around Britain. And I think it clearly shows. Guys, so well, that was St Albans. I think my impressions is it's probably an amazing town. It's got quite a few things to do if you're a family and you're looking for something to do. It definitely is worth visiting. I mean, is it one of Britain's best towns? I'm gonna say it is. I mean, after you see how a lot of town centres in Britain have sort of deteriorated over, say, the last 5 or 6 years or so, I mean, I'll definitely give it that. It's definitely a town centre you'd probably want to visit out of all the other town centres I've seen. So if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more content like this, please consider subscribing to the channel. And until next time, adios.